If you're here for goofs and gaffs, have a listen and have a laugh. These four schmoes here run the show. It's JKT Radio.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the JKT Radio Podcast. I'm your hostess, the mostest one, Muffa or Bun, and this is episode 156, the beginning of the spooky month, the Spookies.
Woo!
And since it's the beginning of the Spookies, we're gonna be, favorite weapons used in horror movies.
Oh.
Hiding the label. Hiding the other, there's two labels.
Oh. You see, so
okay,
I
that's
need
why
to,
the
I need to
blurring
say, when you said the safety was on, I thought you had a gun.
I don't own
Yeah,
a
same
gun.
here.
That's
I
a lie,
legitimately
you
was
own a
like,
gun.
you got a gun. Okay, sure.
I've got an axe. It's got a safety bubble on it, so I can't.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense now that I think about it. But you know, oh shit, favorite horror movie weapon.
And I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with a good old classic machete. I don't own one though. I own a hat.
Machete, yeah.
Machete.
Alright.
It's just a good whacking.
It's
I'm
really
joined by-
good.
That is true.
It's like the best melee weapon in Last of Us Part 2. So you know.
It's just a good weapon. I'm joined by my other
Exactly.
favorite horror movie weapons, McBride. Chris is still dead.
Alright. Yeah, Chris is still dead. I'm gonna go off of, so the band is working on a new album, and one of the songs on the new album is actually based on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I'm gonna choose a chainsaw.
You see, I was going to pick Chainsaw, but because of Evil Dead.
The wrong movie.
No, that's the right movie.
It is the
Evil-
right movie. It's a good movie. I like
Yeah,
that better
yeah,
than
that's
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Devin. Are you
Well,
also
now
just
that
gonna stick with Chainsaw, or are you gonna pick a different one?
Well, I can't just pick the same one. There's so many out there.
It really is.
There's literal finger knives.
Yeah.
Actually, ooh, this is topical because
It's
they
Halloween.
just come out with
It's
a new
all
series
topical.
on Netflix. Do we consider? I would imagine we would consider Castlevania in and amongst the horror
Yes.
because it's vampires.
Yes.
Even
Yes,
though it's
I
not
would.
like
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider it like I'm talking about like specifically the Netflix show. There's fucking horror elements in that. What am I saying?
I count it only because of the video games, actually, which are still labeled as horror games.
This is true, and like there's enough there in the show that's definitely horror stuff. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the whip, from Castlevania.
Castlevania,
of which
the
there are
classic
like many
Castlevania whip.
types.
So
Yeah.
funny. I was gonna say there is one other weapon. I'm not sure if we would count this as a weapon or a inanimate object, and that is the crazy puzzle box from Hellraiser.
Ooh.
Like, technically a
Oh.
weapon.
Well, I was
Also
gonna say
not.
because
Oh, yeah.
I only just saw like the new version
The
recently.
new one
but
was
if
so
I hadn't
good.
if I hadn't seen that, I would have been like, well, the box wasn't really a weapon. But then in the new one, it is quite literally
A legit weapon.
It kills multiple people just by getting like slashed or stabbed with it. So
Like that. Pinhead was so good, and there was a lot of people upset about that new movie, but it was so well done, in my opinion.
it's really good. Like they actually they took themselves seriously, which
I
was
think
nice.
a lot of people were just butthurt about the fact that it was a woman playing Pinhead.
Not just a woman, there was a trans woman playing Pinhead. So it's like,
Yeah, they were
You know.
butthurt about that.
of course they were butthurt, which is nothing to
course.
do with the fact that in the original book, Pinhead is described as being completely androgynous. So
Yeah, zero
it's
gender. in
technically
Pinhead.
actually closer a little bit to the source material.
Gender does not apply to Pinhead.
No,
Or any
only
of them.
pain.
Only pain.
Only
Yeah,
pain.
exactly.
Yep.
Oh shit! Did I cut myself with the I might have cut myself with the hatchet.
Babe, that's babe.
Yeah, that's
Babe.
yeah.
I have spent all day talking to Chris.
Only
Word flies.
my co-manager calls me
But-
babe.
Bit of a Freudian slip going
Bit
on
of a
here.
Freudian slip. Oh no! Let the
my
fan
comment,
theories run wild. All two of them.
Well, there's already enough of them in the podcast of Chris going polyamory.
You know what?
Especially the early episodes when we're all on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, we're all fucking. It's fine. Shit, I don't know where to go after that.
You lost your. We said I cut myself with the hatchet. That's where
Yes,
we were.
that's literally
Yes,
we were just
yes.
talking about Hellraiser.
We were.
Yeah.
Yes.
That you accidentally cut yourself with something, and well.
I have a band-aid.
So it turns out the story time with Kira now happens during the podcast.
Oh no! So we actually do. My other hand is injured.
There is
We'll
actually-
see it.
There is actually
it
a
is.
story time, but now we get a live action story time.
I'm just gonna use this tissue. It's fine. It's not bleeding very much. It's like I just ripped off a chunk of skin.
Oh,
You
you're
can
fine.
See it? Yeah. A little bit red.
Little bit.
Just
It's
a
just I'm
little
just gonna
bit.
roll
fine.
the tissue on it to make sure it doesn't bleed.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Oh, I think, because I didn't notice at first. I just looked down. Oh. Oopsie.
But to the actual, apparently very short story time with Kira.
So I think this was Thursday, the day the podcast came out last week.
Oh yes.
Sorry. I was at work and I was very tired. And if you work in a store, you know what a sidekick is. If you don't work in a store, you know how you have the end of the aisle. That's called an end cap. And you have those little things on the side there, like in little metal cages, and there's like little pegs in them. Mm-hmm. That's called a sidekick. And no one ever explained to me why. I just said that it's because it's on the side and I can kick it. That was my explanation when people asked me what it meant, because no one ever told me.
Fair enough.
It's on the side and I want to kick it. So there was a small child. And when I say small, I mean like they were shorter than my waist. So a very small child.
Wow.
Oh,
Very
no.
small.
And I did not see them at first. Because I don't look that far down.
You're already so close to the ground.
I'm already like 90% there.
Yeah.
If there's anything below my waist, I can kick it, usually out of the way.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm in a store where there shouldn't be a dog.
Yeah.
If I'm outside, I look that far down in case there's a dog. Or in my house, where there's usually... Oh, one second, a little bit further.
Lemon or
A
horse.
dog!
A dog.
Yep.
A little bit further. So, I noticed at the last second the kid was there, and I dodged. But in my dodge, I hit the sidekick with my hand, and it just... This hand, because this is the one that hurts. Just scraped my whole knuckles across.
Ow. Ow.
That was the beginning of my shift. And because the major one, like this one down here where we can see it, is just a bunch of shredded skin. It didn't actually bleed.
Yep.
This one did. Where it's all horrid.
Yeah.
It's also really inflamed and red here, but that's not showing up on camera.
Oh, fun.
Because I could not cover it, because every band-aid I placed on it would fall off, and I saw that head poke up. Would you like up on my hand?
I was gonna not say anything.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Come on. It's my thigh. It's the old leg smack. Yeah, so we tried to clean it, couldn't stay clean. It was the beginning of my shift, and I still had to... It's the hand that's hurt currently. Just had to keep working through it, and I think I went through like 3 band-aids before I gave up. Stop putting band-aids on it. And I can't wear gloves, because the gloves we have, I break out in a rash.
Oh,
Of course.
Okay, yeah.
Which is why I never wear plastic. I never wear gloves.
Yeah, you
Because
don't
I
want to
have
put
to.
an infection on the same area as you know,
An
cut.
open wound, yeah.
Giant open wound. So thankfully it stopped bleeding really fast. There she is.
Hello.
Stopped bleeding really fast. But since I still had to work the rest of the day, I deal with money, I deal with third, I deal with boxes, I deal with idiots.
You deal with a lot
That
of
is
dirty shit.
blood, sweetie. You don't want that. It got infected.
Of course it did. As it does.
It's inflamed. It did start bleeding earlier today because I was off for Friday and Saturday. It is now Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you work tomorrow, even though it's a stat?
The stat is Saturday.
The stat was Saturday. We just.
I know we had
corporate
we
wise,
as a
we
society
acknowledge it.
can't understand this. The stat was Saturday.
Yeah.
But I mean the Monday. Do you work the Monday?
Yes, I'm going overnight. I will be starting at 9 p.m. at night.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for some reason, like, I wasn't really aware.
It's a new holiday.
It's
only
a new
got
holiday
finalized this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was unaware, and then we were talking about it at work, and it's like, oh yeah, so we're getting 2 Mondays off in a row, which I didn't think was allowed, but here we are.
It's only because that's when Thanksgiving falls this year.
Yeah.
Are we done? No, we're not done.
No,
of course not.
We're not done at all.
Arf.
Kira just eats the cat, just envelops her.
When it gets cold enough, she will cuddle in this blanket with me.
Yeah, I totally get it.
So I made a purchase.
Oh no.
It was not a particularly expensive. It was just a very odd purchase.
Okay.
So part of the reason Chris is not here is because they're not feeling great. They're not like dead, but then we had decided a couple days ago that we were going to go out to North Van because there was a burger place that was shut down at the Key. That is just reopened basically in the little courtyard area.
And you didn't come and tell me.
Well, you see, no. I think we figured. Well, actually, no, is because we didn't have like time. We basically had because what we also decided. I also decided. Chris has never seen Big Pete's, the comic book store.
What? Okay, no,
this
is justified.
How? I'm like, okay, on the way down the Key, because you can't fucking park at the Key for free anymore. Thanks, ICBC. So I'm like, okay, we basically went to Big Pete's, then we went to the Key, then back home. So we're looking around all these things, and now Big Pete's is like the only place around I've ever really seen that has I don't know if vintage is the right word for them now, but they're old. The old original...
I would call them vintage.
I mean, yeah. The vintage Lord of the Rings action figures. That would come in the big boxes with the big ring on them and stuff like that. Stuff I have at my parents' place. I have 2 tubs full of the amount of Lord of the Rings action figures that I got when those were, coming out. A big thing.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I remember they came out with one. It was like a special one. They kind of just did it just for shits and giggles. They turned the director, Peter Jackson, into a hobbit and made that hobbit into an action figure. So it's literally just a little Peter Jackson. And I remember as a kid, I was like, that's really funny, but I don't actually want Peter Jackson as an action figure, so I just kind of never bothered with it. I have not been in Big Pete's for probably like 5 years.
Yeah, I don't think you've been to that location yet, have you?
No, it was a new location.
Yeah.
It's basically just around the corner, but it was a new location.
I think he moved there right before COVID.
I think so. Because, basically, it had been about a year or two before I moved out to Coquitlam. And then, I moved out, and then COVID and all that shit, and blah, 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 blah. So I come in, and I don't think, I like, they still have a bunch of these old school, like, and they're really awesome. Like, they're legitimately really good action figures, and they're all up there, and I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking cool. I have most of these, but I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. And then I see, hanging up, like it never left, the fucking Peter Jackson Hobbit action figure.
He's still
Yeah,
he's not
yeah.
moving. I don't think Pete will sell that one to you. I think that one's actually staying there.
Excuse you.
I was gonna
it for
say,
sale?
so
Is it for sale?
Hang on.
Q to purchase, I'm assuming.
Yes. I bought it for like 20 bucks.
My god, it was still for sale?
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone even ask to buy that.
Well, they were fools, and now it is mine.
God, it's still there. Oh my god. I bet you that one's worth way more than 20 bucks now, too.
Oh, it's probably worth, like,
It
I'd be kind of
probably
curious,
is.
like, would I want to part with it? I don't know. But, like, if I'm ever in a bind,
Yeah.
I have not taken it out of its box and everything.
Yeah, that
even
thing's
though
still
that-
in mint connection.
Yeah, even though it goes against, like, my childhood, the fiber of my childhood being, which is to play with the action figures.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, so I have that now. And we'll have to put the actual picture of it up.
They're going for
I'll
a
make a
brand
note
new
to,
mint condition one, $121.
I got it for like its original sale price.
There's another one here for
That's
67.
Even still, I got it for $19 before tax.
This one's
Yeah,
been minted,
yeah.
162. Yeah. Oh, and this one's going for 200.
Yeah.
This is in Canadian monies, by the way, folks.
Oh, that's funny.
I
Well,
didn't
hey.
realize he was even for sale still. I just assumed he was artwork now.
Oh yeah, and the crazy thing is about Big Pete's is like they still have like old they have like
bunch
the
of
old
shit.
like old school X-wing, like they have like Star Wars merch from like before, like from like when the prequels were coming out.
And it's just not left the building.
Oh yeah.
No, it's just not left, and it's still
So-
in great condition.
For those of you who don't understand our love
Yeah.
with Big Pete's used to have a corner of the main strip of the North Shore, big building with a beautiful, beautiful mural of the Hulk smashing through the wall.
Yes,
Yep.
And it was
amazing.
great. It is still actually on his Facebook page. But rent got
love
too
it.
expensive because this is the main strip, and then he moved around. I think he's gone to like 4 or 5 different places now since
It's
he
like
moved
4 or
out.
5 places along
Something
like
like
the
that,
same
yeah.
like 3 blocks.
He's now slightly off the main strip.
Yeah, he's basically
Yeah.
like just if you literally
Across
go
the
down
road.
Lonsdale,
Down
turn
and then a little.
turn onto First, he's literally like just
That's where he
a
is.
few
yeah,
stores
yeah.
down.
He's next to what used to be the Love Shop.
Oh,
Don't ask why I know that,
Kira, why do you know that?
Mother.
Oh,
That wasn't the answer I was expecting.
that was not the answer I was hoping
It's-
for.
I told you not to. I told you you
Oh,
don't want to
dear.
know.
No.
I was joking. My mother tried to take me to the Taboo shows when they were here.
How old were you?
Oh yeah, I remember those. I
They're
have
still
some
going,
friends
by
that
the
went to
way. They
those.
just reopened
Yeah.
earlier
Yeah.
this year.
But like,
I
how
got- I
old
got-
were you?
I got friends that go to those regularly.
I've heard of those.
Do you want to know that answer, Devin?
Yeah.
Well,
Do we really want to
it's-
know how old she was?
Sure.
Has to have at least been legal. I hope so. Oh,
It was not.
fun, lovely.
Ooh,
I think she was
Lords!
joking when I was that young, and then when I hit legal age, she was actually trying to legitimately get me to go with her.
Do you remember? I think was it you were with me, or was it? Might have been Vic. Was we had a friend that decided to pop into one of the like the seedier sex shops in downtown Vancouver.
All right.
And
That's so many.
I just
Yeah.
recall it being a very interesting and
I was with you. I remember this.
Yeah.
There was like 4 of us.
Yeah, there was like 4 of us. And,
Why were we in there?
I know the answer, but I'm not gonna say it on the
I don't
podcast.
remember why we were in there.
Because it doesn't involve any of us, and that's private information.
Devin, please
But
message me
Things are
later
getting
why we
saucy.
were in there.
yeah, we were in there for reasons. What, like, you only go into you got like if you got we only
I mean,
you only
yeah.
go into a sex shop for a couple different reasons. But I just remember one of us was asking about something, and then the owner got very in depth, very quick about like their preferences to stuff around here that they use, and it was just like, oh, okay.
I think I know why I don't remember. I feel like I've blocked most of this out from my memory.
It was like the thing that's unfortunately stuck in my head is like there was a big.
Is it the clown?
By monetization, there was a giant dick about the length of my leg.
Yep, I remember that.
That I have no idea what you would do with. It
You
looked
don't.
like it looked like the only thing you could feasibly do that with is just hang it around your neck like a fucking boa constrictor.
I think it's actually supposed to be for like bachelorette parties as a joke.
That's probably
Yeah,
it.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Because you could have a sword fight with them.
might also be for that.
It's over,
Works
Anakin.
as
I have
big
the
as
high
mine.
ground.
Brad, I'm so sorry. You might
underestimate
have
my
to bleep
power.
like half of this.
It's alright.
I will
It's alright.
I will say, I also know, because I've still refused to go to the taboo show every year, by the way. Including when my friends actually tried to get me to go with them, and I refused because it was standard at this point. Something, you good? You good, bud?
It was good.
There was banging upstairs, but I think it's like someone was
dear.
just knocking something into place.
Okay, I'm like, are you good?
I don't know if you guys heard that, but there were like 3 loud bangs. I was like, oh, okay. The
No, but
cavalry
I'll
is
hear
here.
it later.
Yeah, I learned 2 things in my time. If someone ever tells you to test a vibrator, what they're going to, and you say yes, what they're going to do is actually put it against your nose. It goes right here, because it's supposedly like super sensitive. This is how you test it. You hold it against the sides of
Okay.
your nose.
Interesting.
I don't know why, but I also found out if you turn it on strong enough and you do that, you'll start to sneeze.
I believe it.
So if you ever need to sneeze, literally just turn your phone on permanent vibrate and just hold it to your face. You'll start sneezing because that's strong enough.
Just the thought of having a vibration by my nose makes me want to sneeze.
Yeah.
The more you don't want to know. Yeah?
See, but I have a really morbid curiosity, and I just need to know all of these things.
Do you want to know? I need to know. I thought so. I thought it was that. I now know why we were there. I was like, I feel like this is the reason, but I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't remember, and part of it doesn't want to remember, but I know now.
This was a while. This was years and years ago.
You're still in high school, weren't we? Or we just got out?
You were I think we were in high school, yeah. Like, we were, like, just leaving, I think. It was in, like, our last year.
Graduating year.
Yeah, graduating year.
God, we're old. McBride, Devin, we're old.
I'm almost 29.
Yes. Do tell me how old you are.
McBride's
said we're
basically
old.
dead.
Brad's dead. Brad's dead.
So funny
He's
enough.
dying.
So funny enough. We were actually speaking of age. Funny enough. We just finished watching a movie that I hadn't thought of in ages.
Oh, yeah?
The Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
I was just talking about this movie with someone and I can't remember who.
I haven't thought about that movie in ages. And I was saying to Vic, she's like, this has to be like early 2000s when this came out. And she was saying, it's like, yeah, it was 2004 because she searched it up. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, no, okay. And then she was saying, it's like, yeah, no, it was like 10 years ago or 15 years ago. And it's like, no, hon, in 3 months, that movie will be 20 years old. She's like, no, that's not allowed to now.
We don't talk about that.
She was not having a good time with that, which was very
No, that
funny.
was me and Chris had a very similar discussion. You could probably hear it in one of our, I think it's the first Dead Space episode where I talked
Probably.
about it's like this the original game, it wasn't that old. It came out in 2008, and Chris just went, babe, that's 15 years ago. I was like, ugh.
Yep, I remember that. Yep.
I need to find that clip
Yeah.
now for a short.
Yeah, it's very early on. It's like
it's in the first episode.
Alright, I'll put the first episode.
yeah.
I've been going through clips and I've been watching more.
You've been
of our
making
content.
a shit ton of shorts.
Well, there's certain episodes I'll go through it and there's like one, and there's certain episodes I'll go through. I'm like, I found 5 different shorts.
There are
Yeah.
bits I know for a fact in the Dead Space episodes where me and Chris are both there. That we got some bangers. We got some really
yeah.
weird shit. If you were to ask me which specific episodes those are, couldn't tell you. I cannot remember. But
There's definitely a
Well,
few.
There's a few. Oh, I've got a friend. We've had her on the podcast before, the More Cats episode, Gently.
Ah, yes.
Yes, we remember Gently. More cats.
Yes, of course.
We spent the whole episode talking about cats.
Yeah.
As
that's
you
where it came
should.
from.
As we should look at this cat.
I know. I got Ben at my crotch fan here.
Crotch fan Ben.
I have no cats.
We both bugging Chris.
Probably.
Fair enough.
I sent them the duck short to I like to judge the reactions with them, and it's very entertaining because I'll just see their face go.
Yeah.
So it was one morning I woke up. I felt I heard my phone buzz. So I woke up and I rolled over and I thought it was someone messaging me. And I looked over and they're like, "I love this moment in this episode," and I'm like, "Uh huh." It's like, I'm watching a Dead Space episode where someone says "bless you" to a vent, and I'm like,
I
What?
remember that one. I was real happy, but I don't think Chris was there, so
Oh, yes.
nobody heard. So
Yeah,
I'm really
Yeah.
happy
yeah.
that people appreciate that, because I was kind of proud of that one.
I was like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "You don't watch your own friends' content." I'm like, "What?" I have been awake for a total of 2 minutes, and I'm just like, I don't understand what's going on. But
Well,
you
'cause-
know me.
yeah.
I need to explain, like, that thing that you see happen with the vents there, that didn't happen in the original. Like, it's a total fake out moment that the original things never did. So I just see this thing and it's just poof, and I'm like,
Bless
oh,
you.
it
I
sneezed.
remember that,
Yeah, they were so excited, and then I was like, "All right, can you tell me what video that was at approximately the time?" They're like, "Yes, it was this." I'm like, "Cool, I'm getting that for a short later." Now I'm going
And
back to bed.
it's funny because I edit those episodes while I'm at work. I edit them during my lunch break. And ever so often, it'll be like a moment like that where I have to like stifle my laughter just a little bit, so I don't like disturb everybody else in the office, because we are customer facing, so you can't just hear somebody cackling in the corner.
Why not?
I would love to, believe me, I would love to just let it free, but there are often times where I'm just like, I just have to like hold it back, type of thing.
I got to call a customer a dick to a different customer today. It was great
Fun.
because he was being a dick.
Love that for you.
I mean, yeah,
didn't
of course.
He didn't
They
understand.
usually are, but you can't say that.
I can't say that, but I got to say it to a different customer, and they agreed.
Oh, that's
Because he was
great.
trying to, so he got the item scanned, and then as he was about to pay, decided he didn't want it. So they had to call me, management, to take it off.
Okay.
And he was pissy and upset with the fact that someone else had to come to take it off. I was like, "Sir, it's been scanned." "They don't do that at Walmart." And I'm like, "Yes, they do. At
Yeah.
Walmart and Save-Ons and Shoppers and
You would
any
know.
other store you go to. If you
Yeah.
get something scanned, a manager has to come take it off." "No, they do it themselves." I'm like, "No, they don't."
Like,
And this was a
unless
5-minute
they
back and
themselves
forth.
are management, then yeah.
You can't
they
even
need
do it. Then you
somebody
need
to
2
come in.
people of authorization, even if it's management.
Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah.
I love
yeah.
this because at the end of the day, it's like, why? Like, this is not important.
It's not.
What you were arguing about is so trivial.
Yep.
You are just
Yep.
want to be mad about something, and that is
Yeah,
the
no, it's like-
majority of like customer interactions like that.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
favorite
oh, yeah.
what you're complaining about is
doesn't matter.
really benign.
I really couldn't care less.
Yeah.
My favorite part is he tried to claim that he worked at Walmart, and that's not how it worked. The great thing about the store I work in, everyone I did. Almost every person in that store either currently or has worked at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not... And one of the other cashiers who just came back from break, who saw him through the window as he was leaving, I asked her, does that guy work at Walmart? No, he's a customer. He's very annoying. I'm like, good. I hate him. And then I'm like, to get rid of the line, because he held up the line for 10 minutes.
Oh, Christ, of course.
God. I'm just remembering, I think one of the pettiest like customer interactions I ever saw was back when I was at EB Games. Back when it was still called EB Games, and we were right. This guy was making I can't remember what happened, but he came in upset about something. Something got delayed or something. I don't fucking know.
You don't have any control over that.
Yeah, it's like stuff we don't have control over. But he just wanted to be upset, and he was taking it out on me and the assistant manager. And I think she's writing him a pre-order for something, and putting down how much it is in, a dollar amount. And he just looks down at her writing, and there's a moment of silence, and he just looks at her, he just goes, "Your 8s are inconsistent." Like, of all, like, truly, the most juvenile, stupid shit. And this was like a grown-ass man. This was like a middle-aged man. But, like, you get a lot of those types who are, like, just clearly scalpers. Who it's like...
Oh, yeah.
I just... If you're a scalper and you're watching this, there's genuinely no type of person that is beneath you on the shittiness scale. Except maybe, like, Nazis. Like,
no, there's one single person, not a group, a single person.
Oh, yeah?
And that's Trump.
Yes.
That's the only
Trump
person
is basically
beneath you.
just Trump is basically just a... I mean, he might be. I mean, if he goes to prison, we'll see how things go.
I hope he does.
It's looking, it's not looking good for him.
He's gotten out of it, like, for the past, 30 to 50 years?
The American judicial system is broken beyond repair. But, yeah. That was my... Well, there was that, and there was the guy who was disappointed that the pervy anime game didn't come with the original Japanese... It basically was censored from the original Japanese version, which I then found out after a conversation with my assistant manager that it had underage characters in it.
I wonder why it was censored.
I wonder, and he was like actively disappointed, but he didn't say why he was disappointed. So I just kind of waved it off. I was like, whatever, you're just a pervy geek who doesn't get out much. And then I'm like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
Why would you want that?
If he admitted why he was upset, technically he's admitting to watching that stuff, and he would be sent to jail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think he knew why it was censored, and he knew why he didn't say it, and he just doesn't. He wanted to complain for complaining. I've also sat in the floor of your store when you worked there, and man, there are a lot of scalpers.
Yeah, we got hit with a lot of scalpers, and they are just like, I never met a scalper who was like, oh, like, I don't think you can be a scalper and a good person. I truly do not think that is possible. It just, you can only be a scalper if you are just, like, the shittiest human being.
I got accused of being a scalper once.
Really? By whom?
My GameStop.
Oh.
New employee. I've never seen them before in my life. I never saw them again after that day.
Was this at the Park Royal place? Yeah, there was a lot of people that came and went there. It's the only
Yeah.
GameStop still standing in
The North Shore.
the North Shore, for reasons that I don't think I'm technically allowed to say. Well, they both went under.
One of them, from my understanding, all of the shit merchandise ended up at one store.
We're talking because there's Park Royal, there was Cat
There was
Mall, which
Cat
is the
Mall.
place I worked at, and then there was
Park and Tilford.
Park and Tilford, which
Park
I
and
worked
Tilford
at all three
always
of
had
them.
plushies.
I worked at all three of them, even though Cat Mall was my parents' store. I don't know why Park and Tilford shut down. I think it was just they weren't
Bad
making
business.
enough bad business.
I went there for a game twice, and they didn't have it. Like, a new game that came out that week, and they just didn't have any.
Yeah, the Park and Tilford store was a pretty grubby store. It wasn't terrible, honestly. They had
In the way of game stores going.
I mean, yeah, as far as game stores go, and Cat Mall was just there's a lot
It's
of
Cat Mall.
There was a lot of internal issues there, and part of it was the team that was keeping it afloat all left due to the poor treating of our assistant manager from our regional manager. So we basically all quit as protest, all within the same 3 weeks, and I think apparently COVID then killed that store.
I'm not going to say what I found out, but nope.
No, there's more to it, but I'm actually not allowed to say.
You're not allowed to say. I heard from actually employees in the mall.
Oh yeah,
Other store employees in the mall.
What did you hear?
I heard multiple things. One of them is that they just left the store unattended. Like, they weren't in the store.
That's
They
very
just
much
walked
possible.
out
Because basically,
with the doors open.
from what I heard afterwards,
You're not allowed to talk.
What?
You're not allowed to talk.
No, I'm not. Well, like, I don't think it matters at this point. But
You weren't working there when it happened either.
no, I wasn't.
Yeah.
But I just heard secondhand. Basically, from what I heard is that they weren't able to replace me and the other workers that left with people of similar quality. And like they put someone in charge who should not have been in charge, like, at all. And apparently they weren't. Apparently, from what I hear, they were seen to not be taking the COVID regulations seriously.
That was the other one I heard.
And yeah.
Just in case, yeah.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
And
From
yeah.
what I heard
Yeah.
from other employees in the mall, because this mall consists of multiple food courts,
Yeah.
there's a learning center, there's a gym, there's a Walmart is in this mall.
Yeah.
So mine doesn't have to be cut because I never worked in GameStop.
Yep.
Mine is pure speculation from other employees. COVID was a
Technically,
problem.
so is mine.
Yeah. COVID is a problem. I heard they left the store attended. I heard they were giving stuff away for free to friends.
I hadn't heard that.
And that happened when the regional manager walked in.
I didn't hear that, but like
yeah.
from who I know was in charge there, I could believe it.
Yeah. I heard those three things. Because that one was heard actually by a friend of mine that worked in the mall still. As they were walking by, that happened. Or they heard, like, vaguely heard something like that yelling, and then the doors just slammed shut. And there was a lot of yelling going on, and they just ran away.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
lovely.
was.
Don't know if that's actually what happened. That's what they could make out from the conversation before they ran off. The one I got accused of, it was because I buy 2 copies of games sometimes. Because I buy one for me, and I buy one for my brother.
That'll unfortunately sometimes
Yeah.
put some of us on. The thing is, we can't. At the end of the day, we can't do anything or at least
Yeah,
when
you
I
can't
was
stop
there,
it.
there's maybe more strict rules about it.
On
'Cause we
systems, there's still a
started.
2-system limit.
Yeah, because like there were some protocols that we had to follow. I remember, like we could only sell one console per person. I think.
Mm-hmm. And 2 per household, so if they
2 per
both come from the
household.
same house.
And the thing is, and the majority of the time, because like we had a lot of scalpers like who were just shitty people, but we had some people like people who were like legitimately like unstable, who were also scalpers. So it was like, well, you know,
Can't do nothing.
just fucking give him the game. It doesn't really. Who gives a shit? Yeah, it was a lot of that, so I could see it's not right, but like I could see why someone who's maybe not very smart might think that.
Yeah, they were starting to have this whole conversation about how scalping is bad, and I'm like, yeah, cool. And then the manager in that store walked out and started talking to me because they've seen me there forever and they've worked there forever, and we're just having a nice conversation. And they just started looking down, really upset. It's like, are you getting one for your brother? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because my brother comes into the store with me constantly. It's a known sidekick.
Yeah, that's just. And also, like, realistically,
it wasn't a console. It was just a game.
Yeah, that's.
It's just like I'm just getting 2 copies of the game.
Like I remember the big thing when I was there was the NES. What was it called?
Re-release or
the
whatever.
The micro NES. That was a pain.
Old mini boys.
Yeah, that was. We had a lot. We had a lot of like real shifty looking guys like coming up to our door first thing in the morning, being like, "Hey, did you guys get him?" We would have people actually track our UPS guy and come into the store after he'd left, and would like be like hovering to see like if we were, you know.
That happened with the pops as well.
It would happen occasionally with the pops. Yeah,
that was scary. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting pop-ups and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I remember because my dad wanted the micro NES, and we were trying to get it for him for Christmas, and it was just so damn hard. We didn't get one.
Yeah. Well, it's because we would get like maybe 4.
Don't get many.
Yeah, and we would get like 4. Like 4, I think, was like the biggest shipment we like ever got, from what I remember. So like we never had very many.
Yeah, I know. I got lucky.
Would be gone within like the first couple hours of the day if they were there. Mm-hmm. It was like, oh, this is like a big targeted thing, because we would have people showing up. It's like, okay, you guys are like doing some weird shit and like tracking, you know, stuff. It's like, okay,
please stop.
Yeah. But it would be really shitty because like anytime there was a big item that was like scalpers really after, they would all come in first thing, they would grab it, and then you would get like the clearly innocent like parent with their child being like, oh, maybe they have it, and it's like, unfortunately no, because I gave it to some shitty perv who's going to sell it for like a bajillion dollars online.
Yeah,
because the world is a cruel and unjust place.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for the I got lucky with my Super Nintendo one, because I managed to get that. I just happened to walk in the store to get something else, and they had one. I was like, hell yeah, I'm getting that for me.
Yeah.
But I'm still waiting for, me and McBride talked about this, for the Switch. They all have their own remotes, the NES remote, the Super Nintendo, and the N64. The N64 remote has been out of stock forever.
Oh, yeah.
And they are going for over $100 on Amazon. And more on eBay. I was like, I just want one. I just want to be able to play it with my N64 game with my N64 remote on my Switch.
I know.
Because I may have tried to plug my USB N64 remote to the Switch and it didn't work.
Didn't agree.
I did try though. It didn't. It didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't compatible.
Yeah.
I
Is
remember one of the other big things scalping was the amiibos.
You mean those things back there?
Yeah. I forgot
Yeah.
about those.
Those still
Yeah.
exist, and they're still getting scalped.
Oh yeah, those will never stop getting. Those will never stop getting scalped. But it was like,
And they just announced a few weeks ago the 2 Breath of the Wild ones that are coming, or not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom ones that are coming out. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
pre-orders were gone before I phoned.
yeah, they're
It's like, I'm just gonna have to hope.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
might get lucky.
You never know.
I've gotten lucky on a few.
Perhaps.
Look at all my boys over there. I even have Banjo over there somehow. I managed to get my Banjo boy.
Yeah.
Good.
And my wife. And my
Who's
other
your-
wife.
Who's your wives?
Mifa and Urbosa.
Right.
From
course.
Breath of the Wilds. Like,
Of course. Yeah.
and everyone's favorite King K. Rool, he's on the end so everyone can see his fat yellow tummy. You all love him,
there he
right?
is.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you all love King K. Rool?
I would blow it up, but it's just gonna be so pixelated.
Oh, it's gonna be unrecognizable. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to because I just watched the new Castlevania series, which is all about Richter Belmont. I'm gonna have to try and get like
There
actually
he
good
is.
as Richter Belmont on Smash Bros. Because I feel like now I have to main him. Because
We have
Richter
the-
Belmont
Which we
is
have
great.
to talk about. Funny enough.
Ooh,
We do need to talk about it.
Smash. Oh yeah, because
We
it's
do need to- coming
October,
up.
which is 1
Yeah.
month away from November.
It's
Yeah.
coming up.
We usually record those, spoilers, we record those usually on Remembrance Day weekend.
We do.
Yeah.
Usually record that on
So-
Remembrance Day because I happen to get that stat off usually.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, just
Not
a matter
always.
of finding a day that everyone is available for like a
Yeah.
couple of hours. Bang out a podcast episode and get it all done.
I'm gonna test something for this year. And I'm going to see if I can set up half the tournament and just leave my Switch in sleep mode.
Okay.
Because it takes us like 30 minutes to set up the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of that is also us choosing characters.
That is true. That is true. I'm also looking into different things for that as well because my master plan is to have all of the audio. Yeah, because you usually record the video portion of the Smash tournament, right?
We bring the laptop with us.
Yeah, so my master plan is to have this thing record all of the audio separately,
Mm-hmm.
which requires me
work?
to have a mixer that is compatible with this thing.
Is our mixer not? Our shitty little mixer that we bought for like $20?
No, because, as I keep saying this, as great as the MacBook is, these are the only 2 ports, and they're both USB-C. That doesn't work well with
No.
pretty much everything. So what I need is a hub that is USB-C compatible that has like 4 USB 3.0 slots or whatever, and then
Okay,
get
God.
a USB mixer that has at least 4 mic slots, which is not cheap or easy to
Dude.
find.
USB-C. I'm trying to find you the first part. I found one.
Oh yeah, no, I found those. We went to Staples like a couple of months ago, and like they are there. So
Wait a minute.
that's not the hard part.
Wait a minute.
Oh my god, do you actually fucking have one?
Wait a
Could you
minute.
imagine?
Wouldn't that be fucking something? Oh. Cue the little son of a bitch!
Oh my god!
That is one purchase that we don't need then.
Perfect. Anything that'll save us money.
It has
Holy shit.
it's a USB-C plug-in.
Yeah.
that has a
Yep.
HDMI, a... Fuck, what else does this have?
Yep. Read the box.
Connect mouse and keyboard to... This is actually made to connect, like, a mouse and keyboard to your phone to play games on your phone better. This is actually what this is for.
Oh shit! Okay. We're gonna have
Like,
to
it even
test
can
that then
attach
to
to
make sure it works.
the back of a phone.
Oh yeah, because it's got the little ring thing. Yeah.
It does have the ring thing. It's really hella dusty. It has plug in and play and no software needed. Simply plug in the adapter and start
Yep.
using an Ethernet cable connector to your phone.
Yep.
2 USB
That's
port
helpful.
3s.
Okay.
A 3-point an audio jack and a USB-C charging station, which is on the bottom as well with this wire. So this one does need to be charged.
But if so long as it's plugged
It
into
works
a
for phones, laptops, tablets, and the Nintendo Switch,
that's
which
cool.
is news to me actually on that one.
Well, there we go. Hey, you might be able to get your N64 controller to work through that then.
Then I can't have it on the dock because it has to plug in on the bottom to the USB-C.
Right, that's true. That's very true. But the thought was there.
Indeed.
Okay, so that's one thing that we don't need then.
You're welcome. Do I remember
Yeah,
how?
because I've searched around for like mixers that have like four mic ports, or oh fuck, what's the cable? I've completely forgotten.
I know what you're talking
Whatever.
about. The big boy mic ports.
This guy.
The big boy mic ports. Yeah,
This guy.
the big boy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, just with at least 4 of those, so I can get everybody mic'd up individually and all that jazz. That's the main thing.
So,
And yeah,
do you have
we can go
a
from there.
mixer with 4 inputs for 4 channels?
That's what I need. Because what I
We don't
did
have that.
before is because I have a mixer, but
The baby mixer.
it's not really compatible with like computers. It's very much like a live mixer. Like you plug in shit to that if you were to play like a show type of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not the same as like having just a little USB mixer to plug into like a computer or a laptop or something just for like recording like this or whatever. So I'm gonna have I've looked on like Facebook Marketplace. They're definitely out there. I just have to buckle down and get one before Smash.
I think I might be able to assist with that.
Oh yeah, they
Keeping in
actually
mind
would be able to do that.
That
Oh shit! Yeah, that's true.
it's got 4 channels.
Yeah.
Granted, what I'm usually doing is I'm recording all onto one. 'Cause usually, we record onto SD cards, and so I'm
Okay, and then
generally.
So-
I'm generally
Do an SD
Okay.
card.
So I don't know if that's technically compatible because I'm doing film work. So what I do have the option to, I think, be able to split them all into different channels, but I think they would all be basically being recorded onto
Onto one SD card type
one
thing.
SD card.
Which, okay, that does make sense because, yeah, when we did it last year, when I had the whole setup and everything, that's what I was doing. Like, I had everything recorded onto an SD card, and it split all the channels that was being used.
Mhm.
So I was able to, like, differentiate it with that. The only thing that I would like to do is have that plug into the laptop using Audition, because I can record multi-channel and I can have it so all 4 channels show up as separate channels.
Right. I don't know. I think that could technically be possible. I just don't know how.
I mean, if not,
'Cause
then
it's a
having it
new
all-
item that I haven't played around. I've played around with it a bit, but I haven't played around with it.
So is it? I'm curious because the thing that I worked with last year when we did that, it was like a Zoom X or whatever it was.
Yeah, mine is we're a bit of a step up from a zoo. We're a bit more
that's
of
good.
a robust.
Because this was just from like what the school was able to provide at the time, type of thing.
Because technically, what it also would do, because it's a sound mixer, so it would record all the audio, and you'd be able to play with each individual channel level.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to talk more about that and figure something out then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing that I have that
excellent.
That's good.
Due to strikes, I haven't had much use of. However, the strikes are hopefully maybe ending.
I was gonna say, because I saw a TikTok today. I mean, take it with a grain of salt as much as you will, but apparently the writer's strike is done.
No, the writer's strike, that has been confirmed. The writer's strike ended last week. We're still waiting on the actors, the actor strike, are apparently meeting for contract negotiations starting this upcoming week. I think tomorrow or the day after. So hopefully, I can't
imagine that's.
Yeah, the writers got.
I can't imagine that one's going to last as long as the writers one, because
I would imagine not. Like, keep in mind,
the Hollywood execs don't like having actors not working.
No, well, they've been delaying movies because it's like, we don't have anyone to promote them.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, the writers are on strike. Fuck them. AI's come a long way. It's like, the actors are on strike. All right, now hang on a second.
Yep.
Wait, just
hang on
a second. You can't have that.
It's great because if you watch footage from the opening premiere of Oppenheimer, which was literally during the red carpet premiere of Oppenheimer that the actors announced, that the SAG announced that it was going on strike. So all of the actors, like Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, all of them, they were in the middle of the red carpet, and then word gets them, and they all just leave.
Yeah. Good on them, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Right?
Screw you guys, and going out.
Oh, god damn.
There is no God. Only Zool.
Only Zool.
Oh, I'm sorry, there is no God, only Jabu Jabu.
Oh, god, yeah.
I found that clip. I went out of my way to find that goddamn clip.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Jabu Jabu?
There is no God, only Jabu Jabu. Or I think it's there is no Jesus, only Jabu Jabu.
Who is Jabu
Something
Jabu?
along those lines, yeah.
Giant fish god. You go inside him. You have to walk around his intestines to save a princess who's now your wife.
Yeah.
You're engaged.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that happen.
It's your fish wife.
It's like
she's not as pretty as my fish wife.
It's like in Critical Role where they were fighting a dragon and they're like, we need to have something like that could hold the dragon down from the inside, so they go up the dragon's asshole.
I will say in my actual D&D campaign, my horse has died again. So, new idea. I'm going to get my character a pet dragon. I can't kill that horse.
There we go.
So now imagine Pippi Longstockings with a dragon.
Oh my god.
This is what I've created, is Pippi Longstockings. Now give her a dragon.
Oh god. Oh,
I ended, well, Kira, you were there. We ended our last D&D session by knocking Cody unconscious.
I kind of spaced out for a bit, but yes, we did. I fully spaced out near the end of that campaign. I was trying to message a lot of people because Frodo was not alive.
That's okay. Your character was asleep. Everyone was asleep except for Cody. And he's now unconscious. So,
it's fine. We need to do a one-shot for us. Mini one-shot.
I would love to do a one-shot.
For us on the podcast. We could do that. I have...
Because,
I have many. But
Like I
Wow.
while I was during the binge of it, it's just like, oh my god, creating characters is so much fun. So I'm gonna create all of the characters. I have two that I want to use. One I'm saving for
Baldur's Gate.
a a playthrough that will be happening at some point, and then the
Yes.
other one is just on
Once
the back burner, just
crossplay
hanging
is
out.
happening.
Once crossplay is actual thing, I finally reread what you guys were trying to message me. It's like, okay, so I understood what I was reading, and I was correct, because they never actually gave me the interview saying it was there. It just said that this person in this interview stated crossplay was coming, but they didn't say when.
No. They didn't say what. They just said it was something
okay.
that they were working on.
It was in the
Okay.
plan. Not that it is actually confirmed or that when it's happening. It's in the plan.
But that's
It's on the
means the same
roadmap.
thing.
No,
Well-
you play BioWare games, dear. You know that's not the same thing.
That's a fair point.
That's not the same thing. Being in the
But
plan
they
and
have been.
actually happening.
These guys have been good. Larian Studios has been good so far.
They
Yeah, it's
have
just-
been doing good, yeah.
Yeah, they just kept referencing this one interview, and every time I tried to find that one interview, it didn't exist.
Really?
Oh, fun.
Yeah, go try to find the original interview they keep all talking about. It doesn't exist.
God, now I have to do this.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. I might, again, I was very tired, and I looked at it the next morning after I could read properly, but all I found was them referencing an interview that I couldn't find. So I'm assuming it was an E3 interview that wasn't properly
mean-
filmed.
It's. I found at least five things saying that it's coming. So
Yeah,
you
but
know.
who knows?
Who knows? I'm
We'll do
dying to
Baldur's
be
Gate
able to know.
eventually.
Yeah, we will
might-
do it. I
might
have
do it
to do Cyberpunk now that I've committed to it. That's going
Well,
to
no,
be...
now you committed to it.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
You didn't
I've
commit
committed
to
have.
it.
Yeah,
Now
I've
you
committed
have.
now.
I mean, I'll be
Uh,
playing I'll be playing Liberty City when the funds are in my favor, but that
Because
like I can only play I
yeah.
can only play Cyberpunk so many times. Like I'm pretty sure I'm on my like 7th or 8th
Eighth.
playthrough at this point.
Yeah,
That was close.
because I bought it when it first launched, and it was
Yeah.
an interesting experience. And I realized pretty quick I was like, oh,
Yeah, I waited a little bit.
I'm glad I didn't.
And
And even then, I got it on because I think I got it on PS4 first. And then it was just shitting the bricks all over the place. And then
Yeah.
when I started doing PC gaming more, that's when I got it on here and have encountered significantly less bugs.
yeah, because I just know I'd heard that a year ago they did a big update that apparently fixed a lot of shit.
Yes.
But
yes,
I was
it
like,
did,
okay,
yeah.
I'm in the middle of about 5 other games that have my apt attention. And then they announced that the stuff the Idris Elba DLC that apparently came with their big PlayStation 5 upgrade. That
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
it's like I looked at comparisons. It's like a night and day difference. It's like whoa.
Yeah, that's what I've seen so far as
God
well.
damn,
Yeah,
this looks
so-
like this basically it looks now like what the ads were making it look like when it first came out.
all
I
those
was
years ago.
All those years ago, back 3 odd years ago. I think it helps also that they got the a Netflix anime that came out.
I
That was
forgot
pretty.
that happened.
Yeah,
It was actually quite
Runners,
good.
Yeah,
It was.
I
It
liked
was
it.
honestly, it was pretty good. It was. It was pretty fucking.
And actually-
pretty fucking hardcore.
like that big update that you were talking about, they actually incorporated the animated series into that. So there's certain side missions that you can do that pertain to the anime type of thing.
Oh, that's awesome! I like that.
That is kind of
Yeah.
cool, actually. That's
Yeah.
a good job. But anyway, we've done a good job this podcast. We've done a lot of talking.
We have done a good job.
planning.
Round of applause.
Why did we all do the same clap?
Yeah, we did.
No.
All
Excellent.
right, take us out.
All right. So if you want more of this bullshit, you should go watch some other bullshit. We got a lot of it. There's a lot of it.
We got a lot of
A
Trust
lot of
me.
bullshit.
You know what? What's a good bullshit episode? We mentioned Gently once. Let's go find the one with the cats. Richard, get on
Oh
that.
shit! All right, let me make a note.
I think I can find that for you. Richard, we need you here. You need to start finding these episodes for us. And then you
Honestly.
can sift through the dozens of contents and make shorts. Because I don't want to do it anymore, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yes.
But if you head over to the gaming channel, it's over yonder. It'll be over here eventually on this side.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's covering
be on
Devin's face.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say it's gonna be on the duck.
Move
it to this
too
duck.
specific. YouTube doesn't like specifics like that.
I can do it.
Do it.
There's many things. There's Dead Space should be wrapping up this month.
Yeah, that'll bank. We only have a couple episodes left
Yep,
of that.
that's the plan.
It should be.
Like finally clear up all of the footage from my PlayStation so that I have. It's literally Dead Space has taken up like a third. It is an 11-hour. I have played Dead Space for a total of 11 hours. That is a very short game.
Yeah.
I am right. I need to find a way for when I do Cyberpunk, which is going to be significantly longer.
We told you how.
Yes.
Now
Well,
you
yes,
see it.
I know how. I just have to get funds to get those things because those things are not cheap.
You
And
have
actually,
one.
they won't work with the PlayStation.
It does.
Nope. Are we talking about what are we talking about here?
The Elgato.
Oh, well, I mean,
You
yes,
have one.
I could do that, or I could just record on the PlayStation.
Yes, this is now your choice, making it expensive.
That's where it is.
See, that's you. Anyway,
That's
back
where
to
it
the
lies, the
outro.
problem. Yes.
Back to the outro.
Wait, actually, no. I think I actually might have to do the Elgato here because some PlayStation games don't let you record every single thing. So I think you're right.
No,
I
they
think I
don't.
will actually have to do the Elgato,
And even then, with
which means I'll have to
Cyberpunk, you have
relearn
to,
that whole thing completely. But that's fine. I can do that.
like you have to unselect a thing in order for it to record, type of thing. So
Anyway, yes, the DVR is a bitch.
Anyway,
yes, that's it. Yeah.
So if you go to that channel, Dead Space is wrapping up. It's spooky month. There will be spooky scattered across the month. We will not tell you when, so it's more spooky. It'll just happen.
Exactly.
surprise!
Like that cat. There's Banjo on the Sundays. There's
Yep.
Pokemans on the Saturdays. Zerlda's back. Beans. The glorious
Yep.
beans.
The glorious
Um,
beans.
Farming has still not been recorded because catching Chris is like catching the shiny Pokemon. And the ones that I cannot make easier, it's a full odd shiny. Only I got that joke. There's but Slime's back. Slime's back every other
Slime
Friday.
is back.
It'll be gooey. That's Yoshi. And what there's and Mass Effect. We finally
Ah, yes.
are wrapping up
Oh
all
my
of the
God.
side quests. I've been trying to do the loyalty missions, and just getting those to trigger is a bitch.
Yeah, I
that
always
makes
forget
sense.
how long it. I did a full my first playthrough of Andromeda was like 48 hours.
I think we're over that now. We're on episode like 50 something.
Yeah, and I didn't even do everything. I just did a lot of things.
Anyway, so gaming channel, lots of fun things are happening over there. You should go lick them. They're tasty, glorious, gaming flavored. So Mountain Dew and Doritos, delicious, yum.
Lovely.
Yams.
Shove them in your face and rub them. Great for your pores.
Fresh yams.
And until next week, we see you all then. Bye bye.
Subscribe.
That's terrifying.
Spoopy times.